Merry meet my fairy souls, it is Nina, you're watching Fairy Chamber channel and it is time to continue with the horoscope myths. This video is going to be about the constellation of Pisces. When it comes to our Western horoscopes, most of them are inspired by Greek mythology. They were born when the Greek astronomers tried to explain the constellations and the symbolism behind them. So that's the whole idea behind the 12 zodiac signs that we have. And the constellation of Pisces, if you have ever seen that in the skies, it has two fishes. And they are chained together with these dots of stars. And that chain, it actually comes from the story of Andromeda, which was a princess who was chained into a stone to be sacrificed to a sea monster, and the hero Perseus saved her. But that's another story. So in the star sky, the constellation of Pisces, it's right below Andromeda, because the Pisces holds the chain where she's chained to the rock. This constellation of two fishes, it was already known in ancient Syria and Babylonia and in Egypt. And this, when the Greeks, they explained all the constellations with different myths, Pisces is the only one that doesn't really have a Greek myth from the time period when all the other constellations had their own Greek myth. But the story behind Pisces, that goes all the way back to Syria. It goes all the way back to Syrian goddess Atargatis, and I have a video made about Atargatis, who was also the first mermaid, and I personally really like all the stories about her because I find her very fascinating. I will put a link to the description box so you can check that out. So Atargatis was this sea goddess, and in Greek mythology she is often compared to Aphrodite, and according to some sources that's where Aphrodite even got her name from. Who knows? But definitely there's some connection between them. So the myth of Atargatis tells about this goddess who dives into the sea because of a broken heart, and she's so beautiful that the sea does not want to kill her, but instead she transforms and she turns into a goddess who has a mermaid tail. So she becomes half fish. The cult of Atargatis was very popular in ancient Syria, and it traveled all across the ancient world during different time periods. So Atargatis was really worshipped about 3,000, 4,000 years ago in ancient Assyria. And when the Greek Empire got larger and larger, they took more elements from different cultures. The Atargatis, she traveled into Greece and she became a goddess called Derketo. And Derketo was very much connected to Aphrodite. The name Derketo, that literally means a Syrian goddess. There is a Syrian tale that was also known in ancient Greece. And in the tale, there was two fishes in the river Euphrates. If someone does not know, it's a very, very long river that runs through Iraq, Syria and Turkey. But anyway, these two fishes, they found an egg from the sea and they put that egg to the shore. And from that egg, the goddess Derketo was emerged. And to honor these fishes who saved her, she created the constellation of the Pisces and put the Pisces into the skies for everyone to remember. Then there's another Syrian tale. Derketo, she fell into a pond and then a fish saved her. The Syrian myths, they belong to the oldest layer of this whole story behind Pisces. But then there is also a myth that comes from the Hellenistic age of ancient Greece. The Hellenistic age that took place about 300, 200 BC. That was the time of the Greek colonization, when the Greek Empire was at its largest in Southern Europe and then in Asia Minor. And at that time Greeks, they invaded Egypt, and there was this pressure to explain why these Egyptian gods all had half animal, half human forms when all the Greek gods only had human forms. Of course they were all shapeshifters, like we all know from Zeus. The story of Pisces became one explanation for this, and according to the myth, the Greek gods, they were threatened by the horrible monster Typhon, who was creating massive storms, and all the gods and goddesses, they had to flee and change themselves into animals. Then Aphrodite and her son Eros, they now dived into the Euphrates river and became fishes or half fishes. And this has another connection to this story of Atargatis, who was half woman, half mermaid. So in this myth, Aphrodite becomes half woman, half mermaid. Also from this myth there is a version that two fishes came and saved Aphrodite and Eros, and to thank them Aphrodite placed them into the skies and they became a constellation of Pisces. And there's some very interesting symbolism behind this myth. You know, according to one story, Aphrodite really cared about these fishes and she did not want them to ever get separated from each other, so that's why she chained them together or gave them this chain so that they would never be apart. But then Aphrodite, being the goddess of love, not just erotic love, like many people consider her to be goddess of only erotic love, but she's goddess of all love, and her son Eros is also god of love. So when Aphrodite and Eros dive into the Euphrates, they don't want to be lost from each other either. That's why they have the chain. So it's very interesting myth. I know few people who are Pisces, and I always feel that they are very balanced. I might be very off because, you know, I'm a Virgo rising Scorpio, but I also always feel that Pisces are very balanced. Zodiac of Pisces, it is ruled by the planet Jupiter. The story of Pisces, it is this very interesting mixture between Greek, Egyptian and Syrian mythologies. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video, and give it a thumbs up if you liked it, and subscribe to my channel to hear more about the myths behind the Zodiac. I'm really excited about this series. I hope to see you soon. Take care and bye bye. Thank you so much for watching, guys. If you are interested to learn more about animal myths and stories from the North, I have a course called People of the Bear, which is all about the bear worship in ancient Finland and different parts of the world. There are stories about bear as a celestial being and the way the bear was honored as a sacred ancestor. If you're interested, head over to my website Fairychamber.com. Link is also in the description. Have a great day and make good choices. Bye!